Okay, so there's some huge news for millions of students out there. Starting in 2025, the Class 10 board exam, as we all know it, is changing, like forever. CBSE is rolling out a brand new dual exam policy, and we're here to break down exactly what this means for you, how it all works, and why, honestly, it's such a game changer. You know the drill, right? For decades, the Class 10 board exam has been this single, massive, high-stakes event. Your whole year's worth of hard work, all boiling down to just one 3-hour test. That is an insane amount of pressure, where just one bad day, one little slip-up, could seriously impact your results. But what if it didn't have to be that way? Well, that other way is finally here. This new dual exam system, which is a key part of the National Education Policy 2020, is the direct answer to all that pressure. The goal? It's pretty simple. To create a safety net, to give you a second, totally optional chance to show what you really know, and to finally get rid of that all-or-nothing stress that comes with a single exam. So let's get right into the nitty-gritty. We'll start with the basics of this new two-exam system. Then we'll walk through how that second exam actually works. After that, we'll look at what this all means for your mark sheet and getting into Class 11, cover some of the essential rules, and finally we'll talk about why this policy is such a massive shift for everyone. Okay, so first up, the new system itself. The whole idea here is to make a fundamental shift away from that one single high-stakes test. Instead, we're moving to a model that's way more flexible and gives every single student 2 fair shots at demonstrating what they've learned. I mean, look at this. The difference is like night and day. The old system, one mandatory, super high-pressure exam. The new system still has a main mandatory exam, but it adds an optional second one. Right away, that cuts the pressure. And here's the best part. Your final result is based on the best score you get in either attempt. A second chance sounds awesome, right? But how does it all work in practice? Let's get into the logistics. We're talking timeline, who's actually eligible, and the exact steps you'll need to follow. So you're going to want to mark your calendars. Now, these dates are tentative, but they're based on CBSE's official plan. The main mandatory exam will happen in its usual slot, from mid-February to early March. Then you'll get some time to see how you did before the optional second exam kicks off from mid-May to the beginning of June. The process itself is designed to be super simple. First, everyone takes the main exam. That part is not optional. After that, you get to review how you did. If you're not happy with your score, or you need to clear a subject, you can then choose to take the second exam. The choice is completely yours. So, who exactly gets to take this second exam? Well, it's for a few key groups. First, if you just want to improve your score in up to 3 subjects, you're in. Second, if you have a compartment. That's the term for failing in 1 or 2 subjects. You can take it. You can even appear if you need to both clear a compartment and improve another score, or if you're using a 6th subject as a replacement. But, and this is a really important but, there's a hard line here. This second exam is for improving or clearing just 1 or 2 subjects. It is not a lifeline if you fail in 4 or more subjects. If that happens, you're categorized as essential repeat, and you have to repeat the entire year. That rule is firm. All right, let's talk about the payoff. What does your final mark sheet actually look like at the end of all this? And how does it affect your admission into Class 11? This is where you can really see how student-friendly this new policy is. This part is honestly brilliant. You only get one single consolidated mark sheet. It automatically takes your best score for each subject, no matter which exam you got it in. And most importantly, the mark sheet will not say how many attempts you took. It completely removes any possible stigma. And hey, that's not just my take on it, that's the stated goal from CBSE itself. The official policy note says this whole system is designed specifically to ensure fairness and reduce stigma. It's all about celebrating your best effort, not penalizing you for wanting to try again. So, you might be wondering, what about getting into Class 11 while you're waiting for the second exam results? Don't worry, the system is built for a smooth transition. Schools can give you a provisional admission based on your main exam results, so you can start your classes. Then, that admission just gets confirmed once the final results are out. Okay, let's dive into the fine print for a minute. Understanding the specific rules for improvement, and especially the accommodations available for students with special needs, is key to making this new system work for you. So here are the key rules for that improvement exam. You can take it for a maximum of 3 subjects, and out of those 3, only 1 can be a language subject. You also can't just switch subjects between the 2 exams. And what about your internal assessment marks? Those are done just once, before the main exam, and then they're just carried forward.
Now, this is absolutely crucial. All the special accommodations for children with special needs, or CWSN, are available for both exams. The support you get in the first exam is exactly the same as the support you get in the second one. It's all about ensuring a level playing field for everyone.
And this support includes things like having a scribe, getting extra time to finish your paper, using assistive devices, having a separate room to take the test in, basically all the exemptions that are already provided under the existing CBSE norms. The support system is really robust and, most importantly, consistent. Okay, so let's zoom out for a second and look at the big picture. After going through all these details, what's the core message here? Why does this new policy really, truly matter for every single student getting ready for their Class 10 boards? If you remember just 3 things from all this, let it be these. First, that insane pressure of a single make-or-break exam is gone. Poof! Second, you now have a real, fair opportunity to give it another shot if things don't go perfectly the first time around. And third, the entire system is built to reward you by making sure your final mark sheet shows off your highest achievement.
Look, this policy is a massive step toward a more flexible and way less stressful way of evaluating students. But it also leaves us with a really fascinating question to think about. With the fear of that one single exam gone, will this new system, which is a huge part of the NEP's vision to move away from just rote learning, will it change not just how students are tested, but how they actually learn and engage with subjects all year long? That's something we're all going to be watching very closely.